Yeah, that's all I had, that's all I had. Come on. That's all I had, that's all I had. They don't hit me though.
All right, y'all, it's Thursday, and I'm back. Fred Lee, formerly known as Mr. W. We talked about that SVP, those subjects, verbs, and predicates. Now we're moving on to writing. And the writing aspect of things, writing a 5-paragraph essay is something that if you can go through these videos and apply these tactics, these approaches that I'm giving you, the strategies, you will be the excellent essay writer. I've written essays all the way from high school through, well, started in middle school. I didn't get essay writing down pat, if I can be honest. I did it in high school until I got into college. When I learned how to master the 5-paragraph essay, it opened up doors for me that would not have been as open had I not been able to master some of the things that I'm about to give you all. So, writing a 5-paragraph essay. In schools, grades 6 through 12, students are familiarized with essay writing. Although there's various forms of essay writing or various forms of writing an essay, expository writing is the most popular, if you ask me. Some people may pronounce it expository, but it's expository writing, okay? What is expository writing? Expository writing is when you write on a topic. Here's some examples. Top 3 restaurants, best places to get gas from, favorite video games. You can choose a topic to write on and elaborate on. When you elaborate, you add supporting details. And that's what you're going to learn through expository writing, through the process I'm going to give you to do expository writing. It's going to give you space to elaborate, because you can state something all day long. You can state, I seen a post this morning on the internet comparing LeBron James and who he faced in championships versus the people MJ or Michael Jordan faced in championships. Expository writing can be in compare and contrasting form. It can be cause and effect form. This means something happened that caused something else. For example, there's been a lot of gun violence in this area. So what is causing the gun violence? There's gun violence, but something has to cause the gun violence. It could be a number of things. You can do problem solution. There being the issue. So let's take gun violence for example. Gun violence is the problem. So working a solution can be a problem solution example in a topic you can write on. But expository writing is when you write on a topic. If you want to go further and talk about chronological order, you want to talk about how things have changed or adapt over a period of time. If you want to talk sequential order, more so related to step-by-step processes, how you put something together, take it apart. All of the narrative structures, those are called narrative structures, by the way. The writing style or how authors present their material, those are called narrative structures, or as the nickname can be, organizational patterns. See, y'all, I do this English stuff. Y'all, all praises be to God. I do this English stuff. Okay, or you can write in descriptive ways. Let's say you want to describe the American flag, the red, the white, and the blue. Descriptive writing gives details. You want to describe your character traits about yourself. If you want to describe what your life is like, all of that can be done using all of that can be categorized under expository writing. Say it with me. We're going to say it 3 times. Expository writing, expository writing, expository writing. There we go. Y'all can even look it up in Google and hear the sound itself. Okay? So in expository writing, you write on the topic. Let that marinate. And we're back. Now, some pre-writing strategies. Whenever you hear the word part, which is a prefix, prefixes begin a word. You have some root words that can begin the word, but prefixes are found in the beginning of a word. Pre-writing is the before writing strategy. Now, technically, you got to write. And even if you have something you're typing on, you got to type. So it can be pre-typing if you want to rename it. But when you pre-write, that's your brainstorming phase. And that brainstorming doesn't necessarily technically mean keeping all your ideas in your mind. It means jotting them down, getting them down on paper, getting them down on your Chromebook, on your laptop, getting them down on the index card, whatever you want to get your ideas down onto. So in elementary school, you have the bubble maps, you got the circle maps, You might have the timelines, all of that jazz, okay? And these are good strategies to use. When you get to middle school, you take some of those same pre-writing strategies and you use those to brainstorm. In middle school, it might just be listing. What are some of your favorite hobbies? A pre-writing strategy would be just list 3, okay? List 5, list as many as you can in a minute, okay? In middle school, it's elementary school, but another level up, okay? So in middle school, you can still use these graphic organizers, bubble map, circle map, the cause and effect timeline or chronological order timeline. But in middle school, the goal that I have for a lot of students is to show them how they can write and write in a way where they can use it for a lifetime. It doesn't have to change. It just has to polish. It has to polish. So I like introducing the outline as early as 6th grade. I've taught 6th grade for 4 years, and I've taught 8th grade for 1 year. I've also taught 7th grade for a year. So all of those years collectively, and that's in public education, all of those years collectively, I still feel the best pre-writing strategy when you get it down pat is using an outline, which is what you all will see in high school. For those parents, if you have a child struggling with writing, you want to get them and show them this video, because the way that school systems are nowadays, and I'm speaking directly from experience, I see this day to day, every day. I see it, I know it, I've taught it. Look, I deal with this stuff firsthand. A lot of children want everything to feel like a game. We are in a gaming generation. Everything got to feel like a game. Everything has to be an instant gratification of an incentive. Snacks got to be given. Bribes have to happen. Students need to take all kind of breaks. You get what I'm saying? It's not that as educators we don't need to have a heart for students, but education has got away from holding students accountable the way they need to be held accountable for the real world. Now, here's the real world right here. When you explain something, you need to be able to introduce it. Give a thesis statement about it. That is your logic in it. You want to, whatever you state in your thesis statement, it's good to have a big 3. Now, that term big 3, the first time I've heard of the big 3, I'm talking about how, let me pause for a second for the people who need me to slow it down. I just want to get to know. Y'all know that original song, but we're going to slow it down and go over the material. Please, please hang around. See, I incorporate all of my God-given gifts into teaching, so check me out. All right, so let me slow it down. We talked about pre-writing strategies. We're talking about pre-writing strategies. We're talking about what? Pre-writing strategies. In elementary school, they may look like this. Use a bubble map. Your who, what, where, when, why, and how. Your bubble map, your who, what, where, when, why, how. So you got your 5 W's and an H, okay? Your circle map, you're placing your topic that you're going to write about in the middle, and then you're filling in the around space with ideas that can support your topic. Okay, now that's elementary school pre-writing strategy. All right, middle school. Okay, you might list some things. Teacher might say, hey, list 5 things that come up in the mind when you think of your favorite hobbies or your favorite character traits, or when you think your favorite 5 people, whatever the topic may be. Teachers may say list, or teachers may use other graphic organizers except for a bubble map, circle map, a timeline. There may be some other kind of graphic organizers that's found on the internet or in different teacher resources to use, okay? You got Google Maps, and there's a lot of features in that as well. But whatever way, it's the same thing you do in the elementary school for the students times 2. It's just elevating a little more. You're going up a ladder. But I love to introduce outlines as early as 6th grade, because once you get it in 6th grade and you practice it as a 6th grader, as a 7th grader, and as an 8th grader, once you get in high school, I got a call coming in, sorry. I had to stop that call. Once you get in high school, you can already have the writing process down pat. So that 5-paragraph essay that you're used to writing in middle school, or you're just getting used to writing by the time you leave middle school, is times 2 once you get in high school. So the teacher may want more than 5 paragraphs. That teacher might want 5 pages. I wrote my first 5-page paper in 9th grade for Miss Leslie Bowers. That was my 9th grade English teacher. And for anybody that went to the high school I went to, Miss Bowers didn't play that. We read 2 books that year. We read Animal Farm and The Crucible. I'll never forget. And we wrote, did we read Crucible in 9th? I think we read Crucible in 9th grade, and then I read Crucible in 11th grade. But we for sure enough read The Animal Farm, and we talked about figurative language that appears in Animal Farm. That's a whole nother subject, a whole nother day. Today we're talking about pre-writing strategies. But this strategy was given to me in 9th grade. When I got to college, the same strategy was needed. It's the same as we did in high school times 2. And the reason I'm saying times 2 is because every level of education, you're going to have to level up to it. And we get these days, and I don't want to stay here too long, these days in education, we get students who want the same things that they had in elementary school, and then when they get in high school, they want the same things they had in middle school. No, it's going to go up times 2. It's like working out in the gym. I just recently started back in the gym a couple of times. In the first couple of weeks, I feel sore, I feel heavy, but I feel good and energetic because no pain, y'all know how the saying goes, no gain, okay? And not only that, when you get used to doing something, it no longer becomes dreadful. You get good at it, you get to master it, and you get to show other people how it works. And that's what I want to do with you all with writing. So in pre-writing strategies, remember you started here in elementary school, then you went here. Now you're in high school, and you're still doing what you learned the beginning stages of in middle school, and you're just practicing it, becoming a boss about it. And then once you get in college, it's the same as high school, just more intense. And that's what I want to talk to you all about next. We talked about subject, verb, predicate on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today is now Thursday. I believe it's February the 9th. So tomorrow, Friday, I will begin talking about the introduction phase of writing a 5-paragraph essay, okay? The introductory phase. How do you introduce a topic, all right? Now, there's a pre-writing strategy that I'm going to use, okay? And on this outline, I like to put it all together, but I'll break it down. We're going to select the topic and then introduce it. So in the introduction, what I want y'all thinking about, if you're going to watch this video and try it out, if you want to try it out tonight with your family this day or tomorrow, any day, pick a topic that you can write about, all right? Anything. And you can skip over the listing, but if you need to list down things, then list them down. So let me rewind a step. Choose something to write about. Now, this is kind of challenging for a lot of educators because some students have issues or barriers with choosing what to write about. So let me put it this way. I like to go ahead for the first time using the type of outline I like to use. I like to give the topic just for the first time. And we live in such a sensitive society these days that everybody wants to write on what they want to write about. So I got the battery low thing. I'm almost done. Everybody want to write about what they want, what he or she wants to write about. A lot of people want to write about what he or she wants to write about. There's no formation. There's not enough backing, even with peers in education, to get students excited about receiving the topic, learning it, how they can use that as practice, and then choosing their own. It's too much sensitivity these days with writing, okay? And that's why writing is not expanding the way it needs to expand. Now, I don't want to get preachy. That's all I'm going to say on that. But choose something to write about. So I would say this, something that's constantly, y'all can pretty much make an inference where I'm going, on your mind. Okay? Now, what's constantly on my mind is making more money. I want to make more money. I want to go get that bag, go get that bag, go get that bag, go get that bag. You know, that's one thing. It's many others, but constantly on my mind, I want to make more money. I want to not only double, triple my income, I want to quadruple my income. And whatever comes out the quadrupling, okay? But choose something to write about, something that's constantly on your mind. And if you want to take this walk with me and writing an essay, tune back in on tomorrow and Friday. We're gonna work on writing the introduction. And then we're going to go into writing a thesis statement, which is a part of your introduction. And what a thesis statement is, you got to come back tomorrow and find out, okay? I would tell you here, but I don't want to give y'all too much. We're talking about pre-writing strategies right now and transitioning those strategies into an introduction, okay? All right, so choose something, this homework, choose something that's constantly on your mind, all right? I'm going to leave that on the board for tomorrow. Hope y'all have a great rest of the day. This is Fred Lee, formerly known as Mr. W. I need you to keep it there.